How you doing, Twilight Sparkle? Luna asked me while I was writing notes. I'm doing fine, Your Majesty. How about you? I asked while looking up. Luna quickly looked ahead of her and growled, scaring off a van pony whether he was planning to try or not. She looked back at me. I'm doing fine, Twilight. Thank you. I think I've taken enough notes for the night, Princess. Quite understandably, Twilight. You have been doing this all night. Luna looked at me and sighed softly while smiling. She picked me up by her magic and placed me on her back as she walked to her room. While walking down the hallways, my eyes shifted back and forth to watch the van ponies in the shadows. I wasn't about to risk anything. I saw Twilight on the ground outside of the door. Rest, Twilight, I said softly. Twilight drowsily went inside the room. I was about to go in myself when I felt a presence behind me. I went to look behind me, and there was Victor, smiling like a snake with its victim up in the corner of the ceiling. I shut the door while having a stern look on my face. Good evening, Victor, I said. Victor grinned. Likewise, Princess, he answered slyly. What do you want, Victor? Obviously. You must be here for a reason. Indeed, Your Highness. A simple one. I want to talk. I'm afraid that I have no desire to talk to you, Victor, I said while opening the door. Also, I said as I started to walk through the door, Twilight is in need of a guardian, and I've been generous enough to offer my services. So if you'll excuse me, Buzz. Despite what you may say, Princess, this is still my domain, my kingdom. So I think it would be wise for you to take advantage when I'm being nice. What did you do to me? Oh, you don't know? Well, something about us that you don't know. Well, this is something new and quite entertaining to watch. Tell me, why does it feel like my headache I had 2 or 3 days ago? Did you cause it to enchanted food or by some other means, you freak? Oh, darling, I don't cause it. I control it. What? You don't understand. Let me explain. I put urge on you, and soon you'll be mine. You can't stop the things I do, but I like to see you try. Oh, it's been 1,000 years. Pain throughout those days. And now the Night Princess is back, and there's a little price to pay. I put a little urge on you, and soon you'll be mine. What did I ever do to you? Everything. I put an urge on you, and soon you'll be gone. I have an urge on you, a headache so strong. You really care what you did to me, and if you say that I won't win, see, I put an urge on you, and soon you'll be mine. Look out, look out, look out, look out. He ain't lying. And if you don't believe me, you better give. I put an urge. It would be finished with. It hurts. I have an urge on you. I put an urge on you. You will not get hold of me, Victor! I wouldn't be so sure, Princess. Besides, I would be more concerned on your friend. Oh, what's her name? Oh, yes, Vinyl right now. Vinyl with glowing red eyes and a drooling mouth was creeping on a sleeping Twilight sparkle. I spat in front of Twilight. Vinyl angrily hissed at me. Victor, what did you do? Only showing what will happen to you, darling. That's all. That will never happen. Vinyl, listen to me. I know you're in there. I don't want to hurt you. Don't give in to your urges. You'll become his minion if you do. A mindless, bloodlusting minion of his. Do you really want that? Vinyl pounced, and I quickly shoved the sleeping Twilight out of the way. I was breathing quickly. Victor opened the door and looked at me with a smile and raised eyebrow. Stop it, Victor. Decrease her urges. I know it's you causing her to be vicious. Release her now. You know what's funny? I'm not doing anything. No, you're lying. You know it to be true, Princess. Everybody gets a little crazy after their first taste of blood. You didn't. I did. You wanted her to go crazy, didn't you? Vinyl pounced again, and we dodged. Again. Vinyl was spitting and hissing with frustration. Maybe, but you would understand, wouldn't you, Princess? You know that was not the entire reason. True, but it wasn't 100% for revenge, was it? More like 95%. With a growl firm in the front, I looked ahead. Vinyl was right in my face. Good luck, Princess. Even if you do break through, it won't matter. I'm only going for the big fish. Bye. Victor! I shouted as I quickly looked at the door. Victor, as expected, was not there. Vinyl took the advantage of precious time and tried to pounce. I quickly stopped her by back planting her. Vinyl, listen to me. I know it's hard to fight sometimes, but you are a stronger man than that. We all know that. Think about it. Now, I know there's blood-craving thoughts pumping through your head right now, and it's hard to think clearly. But I need you to try. Think. Do you really want to hurt your friend? Do you really want to hurt me? I wouldn't be much of a guardian if I was dead, now would I? Vinyl, we need to stick together. I know you don't want this. I know that you don't want to do this. Come on, DJ3. Please. Vinyl at this point was crying. I sighed and smiled. I pulled her up. Come here. Vinyl hugged me, crying uncontrollably. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Shh. I know. It wasn't your fault. It's just some take liking to blood more than others. You'll be able to control it in time. Don't worry. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. I was walking down the hallway when I heard a piano playing. First I was afraid, but then I listened to the music. It was fast, not slow and soothing like before. I followed it. I found Nightflower playing fiercely on her piano. She seemed to be quite angry as she played the complicated piece. When she messed up, she slammed her hose on the keys with frustration and thumped her head on the keyboard, grunting annoyingly as she did. I was about to leave her be when I remembered my promise to at least try to be assertive. I slowly came into the room and sat beside her on the bench. I slowly leaned over to whisper, Are you okay? Nightflower lifted her head a little and up with an eye. I'm fine. No, you're not. You seem angry. No, I'm fine. Nightflower roared while slamming her hoof on the piano. I squeaked, scared. You play? My grandmother taught me. Who taught you? I don't know. You don't know? Well, she never told me her name. Is she still teaching you? Here and there. She must be an especially kind pony. Yeah, she's like a mother to me. And that's all I need. I don't need wimpy Pegasus friends like you. Oh, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to tell you that even though you hurt me a lot, and it wasn't exactly what I expected, I forgive you. As I slid off the bench and started to walk towards the door, Nightflower sped in front of me, scaring me a little. You what? She asked, shocked. I said that I forgive you, I said before I tried to pass her again. She didn't stop me. How could you? I helped you. I ruined your life. There is no possible way that you could forgive me. Well, I do, and I don't regret it either. Why? I smiled. Because that's the right thing to do. While I said this, my eyes glittered in rainbow colors. I walked out the door while a confused Nightflower looked at me, whispering, I don't understand how you could ever forgive me. Okay, Vinyl, I'm afraid that I have some bad news for you, I said regretfully. Oh no, said Vinyl sadly. Is there any way that you can fix that? Please tell me that there is. Well, we can't fix you, replied Luna. I'm afraid that only you can. What? Vinyl, you need to listen to me. There are only two things that you can do to help this whatsoever. What is it? Either you have to learn to control the urges, or you'll have to find a substitute. A substitute? Things like prune juice will satisfy the craving. Okay. Your choice. Oh, by the way, I said. Yes? Luna, how do these urges work? Basically, it works like an addiction or a craving to your favorite food. Like ponies, the effect of blood leakage can be different, depending on the pony. Some don't care about it much. Others like it as a treat or party beverage. And others, well, take every opportunity to have some. And it's all preference, and once you taste your first drop of blood, you're gambling with your sanity. If you're one of those ponies who like it a lot, then every time you look at a pony, you will hear and almost taste their blood. It will be hard to control yourself, but you must, Final. One day you might not want to bite some pony that you may ever consider to be family. Promise to be careful. I promise, Final said confidently. Very interesting, I mumbled to myself while scratching notes. We will leave the decision to you, Vinyl, which procedure you will take. Just then there was a noise outside the hall. Luna immediately rushed towards the door in order to see who it was. Where are you? I heard you, I shouted down the hall. Upon hearing another noise, I slammed the door quickly, which, the second after I did it embarked on me that may not be the best idea. But with the presence of another sound, I decided to keep it that way for now. Who's there? I shouted. A laugh responded, but I knew that it was not Victor's laugh. My shadow lengthened and formed into the very figure of my inner doubt. Nightmare Moon. Oh, it's you, I said flatly. Indeed it is, you little failure. How am I a failure?
Think about it, Luna. You ruined their lives through mere stupidity. Now if Arlo has to live in this condition for the rest of her life, and you can do nothing about it.
That may be true, but Fluttershy is still fine.
You don't know that, Luna. They could be feeding it to her right now.
Well, even if she is, I know for a fact that she is a strong pony. She won't fall.
Just like you.
Why are you even still here? Nightmare Moon has long been gone. She is out the legend that is told to little fillies. So why are you still here?
Could it be, Princess, that you're the one keeping me here?
What?
Feeding me every single day with your attacks, fears, and regrets. I am only as real as you make me, Princess. I do not exist in any other place but your own head. Where I'll stay.
No, you won't.
Oh, yes, I will. You don't even want to let me go, Princess, as much as you protest against me.
That's not true.
It's just too hard to accept the truth when it's right in front of your face, isn't it?
Luna! Twilight knocked. I looked at the door. Who are you talking to? I looked back at Nightmare Moon, but she wasn't there. To myself, I replied quietly as I opened and closed the door.
After my little conversation with Nightflower, which is, by the way, a very assertive thing for me to do, I decided to take a little walk in the forest surrounding the castle to calm my nerves. Maybe I could find some forest friends there. It was quite a calm atmosphere compared to the one I experienced the last few days. I found it quite refreshing. While I was walking, I wasn't looking where I was going, so, by accident, I bumped into some pony that's spilling whatever she had in a basket on the ground. "Oh my gosh!" I exclaimed while quickly picking the items up. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to."
Oh, my darling, it's fine. It was going to happen sometime anyway, smiled the mare in a brown cloak.
I helped her pick up the rest of the items before I said, "The least thing I can do is to help you pick up your things."
Oh, thank you so much, darling. But you didn't have to.
"It was my pleasure to," I curtsied. The mare smiled.
You must be Fluttershy. I've heard quite a bit about you.
"Why, yes, I am. And you are?"
Just call me Mrs. J.
She smiled. "Well, nice to meet you, Mrs. J."
Likewise, my dear.
Mrs. G started to walk past me.
It was a pleasure to meet you, dear.
You too, but where are you going?
Back to my home.
May I come with you? The mare smiled.
Of course you may. I'm always alone while doing this. Some company would be most delightful.
We walked a little ways through the forest until we came upon a little village. My eyes widened as I looked around. The van ponies there stopped and stared at me with curiosity.
"This is my home,"
explained Mrs. G. "It's beautiful!" I exclaimed. Mrs. G smiled.
"I'm glad you like it."
By that time we had gotten to her house. Well, it was more like a tent than a house, just like the others. "Why don't all of you sleep in the castle? Is it too crowded in there?"
Oh, no, my dear. We're just different from the others. Call it a sanctuary.
A sanctuary?
Yes, for those who don't want to be like, or put on a mask for Victor. We have a little bit more freedom here than the others.
So there's a secret.
She looked at me. Yes, Fluttershy. It is our little secret.
She smiled. A van pony came up.
Who's that, Mrs. G?
Mrs. G looked up smiling.
This is Fluttershy. She's a friend, Arisha. If you say so, Mrs. G.
Arisha replied on passing on. So who started this beautiful village?
I did, darling.
Really?
Yes, love, I did.
She smiled. So you're the leader then?
Of a sort, yes.
Excuse me, should I...
Oh, no. You're fine, darling. She laughed. There's no need to be formal.
So, okay, so do you think the others will find this as fascinating?
I don't know if they will listen, child. The princess has quite the grudge, and the other two aren't much better.
My question is why you aren't scared of me.
After all, I am a shifty mare in a brown cloak.
I don't know. There's just something about you, about this community, that's different from the others. She smiled.
I like you, Fluttershy.
Likewise. Mrs. G showed me around the little hidden village. It was rather quaint. The van ponies there were certainly much better than the ones at the castle. You could tell that these van ponies were showing their real faces and not wearing masks like some were at Victor's domain. I wondered why they didn't come here. Maybe they did every once in a while, to rest, or maybe they didn't know of this sweet little location here. However, I suppose there is a fine line between wearing a mask and really being like that. I know from personal experience that it's sometimes hard to know whom to trust in this crowd full of fakers and deceptive doers. I looked at Miss G. What happened, Miss G?
What do you mean, my dear?
This kingdom. What happened? She looked at me.
Do you really want to know?
I nodded.
All right, darling. And after the king's fall, the many van ponies tried to please the king by acting like him. This produced two different results. Those who faked it and those who liked it so much that they became that way. In the end, there was us, those who didn't want to be like that. And so we separated and hid ourselves from them, except when we eat food from the market. We do wander, but the courtyard and the castle sometimes, but that's only to get information and talk to old friends.
Well, if that's the case, how do you know who's faking and out there and who's not?
You're thinking about Nightflower, aren't you?
A little. I'm just concerned is all.
Don't take Nightflower too harshly, sweetheart. She's wearing a mask just like the rest of them. As the princess of the van ponies, she's expected to follow in her father's footsteps, and that role has taken a heavy toll for the West, I'm afraid. Be kind to her. The only thing that she needs now is a friend. A true friend. You think Victor's like that?
Maybe.
I don't know if you can hear me, or if you're even there. I don't know if you will listen, or even dare. Yes, I know that I'm an outcast, sworn to not be like you. Yet I often wonder if kindness is still in you. The outcast, cursed from their birth, show them mercy, we fill them with mirth. Dear help my ponies, we hope for you still. Please help the outcast, or no pony will. I ask for peace, hope it will be so. Will he change? No pony knows. I wish for love in this dark mess. We'd love for you to bless me. I ask for nothing that I can get by, although I know so many less lucky than I. Dear, help us outcast, the poor forgotten kind. I'm to believe that many are blind. Dear, help the outcasts while there's still time. I yawned as I scribbled down my notes. My head nodded as the final notes of the night were written. Twilight! Vinyl hissed. I responded drowsily. You shouldn't stay up until late hours in the morning. I sighed as I put down my pencil. A knock was heard at the door. I'll get it. Vinyl sighed as Fluttershy's ears perked up. The door opened and revealed Nightflower. What do you want? I would like to speak with Fluttershy. Fluttershy? What? Yes. I would like to talk to you. She looked at Vinyl. Privately.
Okay, I'll come.
Fluttershy responded. As Fluttershy started to walk out the door, Vinyl hissed, Fluttershy, why are you going with her? Fluttershy slowly looked at her.
Do you trust me?
Vinyl started to open her mouth, but closed it slowly. Fluttershy then went out of the door, with Vinyl closing the door behind her.
Nightflower and I walked down the halls until we came to another room with a piano in it. She sat down on the piano seat and gestured me to sit by her. I did so with curiosity. Nightflower looked at the piano.
Fluttershy, just... why?
What do you mean, Nightflower? She looked at me.
Why are you being so nice to me? It's been over a week since I bit you, and every evening you've been giving me gifts from a note to a craft of a sort. When you're not, you treat me like nothing ever happened. So why?
Because I see more to you than what you show. You need some pony to help you. You need a friend. And I want to be that friend. Nightflower looked away.
I don't need friends.
I paused and thought. Then I started to play. Nightflower's head turned to the piano with dazzling eyes. Do you know this song?
Yes, I do.
And do you know what kind of song it is?
Yes. It's a duet. What does this have to do with friendship?
Well, not having any friends is like having a duet. There's pieces of it missing, or even hiding from the public. Sometimes there's even empty spaces where part of the song should be, because it is afraid to be its full potential, for others to see its flaws. But I gestured for her to play, and Nightflower started. When you have friends, true friends, that is, it produces a harmonious melody. You don't have to hold back from being you to impress others. You don't have to be a faker. You can be beautiful in your own way.
Why do you want to be my friend?
Because I see something in you that no pony else sees.
And what is that?
A fan pony that wants some pony to accept her for who she is, and not have to put on a mask just to follow the hoofprints of her father's expected of her. A fan pony that wants a friend to understand her. I slid off the piano and started walking towards the door. I have found from personal experience, Nightflower, that those who say that they don't need friends are those who need friends the most of all. I started to exit the door.
Where were you?
I stopped and turned my head to face her. Will I what?
Be my friend. If I ever need one, of course.
I smiled. Most definitely.
Ugh, I exclaimed as I walked the halls. Where's Fluttershy? She's had enough time to talk to her. Where did she go? I winced. A pain in my head made me stop. I growled. I looked behind me and there was Victor, smiling like a schoolboy and eyes glowing like lights at a disco party. You. Victor smiled. What do you want? I thought since everybody's having a conversation tonight, I thought that I would have one with you, darling. Save your breath. Might as well make you useful. Do you know where Fluttershy is? I do, but I'll only tell you if you'll talk to me. I turned around and started to walk away. I'd rather look for her myself than talk to you. I looked up and there he was. Huh? I've always been taught that it is rude to walk out on the conversation. He lifted his hoof and quickly placed the tip of it on my forehead. This made my headache pain sore. I yelled as I pushed him away. I could tell that his power, manipulation, and magic was taking over my mind like a virus. If I didn't stop it, it would be just like that night that I almost bit Twilight. I growled. Victor was trying to make me give in to my urges by giving me a little push. But I had made a promise, and I would not give in this time. No! Not again! I will not! Why? Consider it as a test, Violet. Let's see how strong you really are. I growled as my body shaked. I hissed at his face. Victor smiled. You know, this is just a patch of amusement for me. I don't necessarily have you in the big master plan. However, it would be useful to know if you can fight me as well as you say that you can. Oh well, if you can, well, that is small victory in the grand scheme of things. If you do, well, you may just become one of my favorite minions. I stopped for a second. But then I angrily said with my magic growing fiercely, No, I won't! This produced quite an outburst of magic. I breathed heavily, for that was quite a bit of magic to cast. It was for a good cause, however, for I found that my headache was gone. Victor's laugh echoed the halls. Wait, you promised to tell me where Fluttershy is! She's right behind you. What? They'll never fall. Final? I quickly looked behind me, and there was Fluttershy. Who are you talking to? I looked back frustrated. No pony. No pony at all. Okay, I think we may have a chance if we plan carefully, said Luna. When's the closest time that we can get out of here? Final wondered. Hopefully tomorrow night. Gee, that's close. Why, yes, it is Vinyl. Hopefully we can get out of here without them noticing. What's the plan, Princess? I said. The plan is to sneak out while they are sleeping. Then we can make a hole in the force field just long enough for us to get through, and thanks to Twilight, we know exactly where that is, I'm afraid. Why, where is it? It's in Victor's throne room, Luna said reluctantly. Ugh, why in Celestia's name did it have to be in there? Vano exclaimed. We're just going to have to deal with it. Luna sighed. Luna looked over at Fluttershy. Fluttershy, do you have anything to add? Fluttershy shook her head. What's wrong, Fluttershy? You've been quite quiet during all this meeting.
I'm just listening.
Fluttershy stuttered. Fluttershy, no pony is that quiet, even you. You obviously have something on your mind. So, what is it? Asked Luna.
It's just that throughout this entire meeting, you've been talking about how much of a scumbag they are.
Well, they are.
Most of them are, Fluttershy commented quietly.
Fluttershy, what is wrong with you? What do you mean by some of them? No, all of them are evil to the core.
Well, you know from personal experience that that's not necessarily true.
Fluttershy, this is different.
How do you know that they are just like you were?
Fluttershy, these fat ponies will give you a fright. Fighting ponies during the night, they plot for a minute, stop for tea, then they're biting every member of your family tree. They don't care about nada, nuts, or nothing, except bring about a pony's destruction.
Well, wait just a minute. Maybe there's another side to this. And if I did not defend them, a friendship may be missed. These fan ponies can be kind. They get rid of all their anger and strife.
Oh, give me a break, you're being too sweet. Friendship to them is obsolete. Once you get to trusting them, they stab you in the back. But yes, they do. And that is just a fact. These fan ponies have all made a pact.
Your Highness, I'll have to mind. Some of them seem very kind, spreading kindness throughout their dome.
You see one, and you better run for home. They're evil and cold-hearted and mean as sin. Where you look at the state that you are in.
Maybe this experience has made you stronger.
They turned me into a complete monster. Well, I for one, that's gotta bite. Oh, they are parasites. I'd say according to the facts, all they use is a masquerade mask. It comes down to just one simple creed. To them, blood and pain is all they conceal. The vampires, make this dome forever home. Conceal the vampires, make this dome forever home. Conceal the vampires, make this dome forever home. I won't let another one be lost. They will be stopped no matter what the cost. It's time to go to bed. Luna walked over to her bed and sat down. I walked over to Fluttershy and set my hoof on her shoulder. Let's go, Fluttershy, I said softly.
Okay.
Luna! 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 I looked around. I was in a black abyss. I decided to ignore it. Probably dreaming again. Luna! I looked in the direction of the voice, and I saw her. It was the mare in a brown cloak. She was sitting at a table sewing. I slowly walked up to her. I leaned over toward her. She looked up at me. "Who are you?" I said quietly. "That matters not right now, Princess. What does matter right now is that you are in danger." "You've told me this before, miss." "No, I mean right now. You are in danger, especially Twilight Sparkle." My eyes widened. "What have you done?" "Princess Luna, I've done nothing. But if you value her life, I want you to do one thing for me. You need to wake up." "Wake up? Isn't she fine? I locked the door."
Princess, this is their castle. You didn't think that they wouldn't have spare keys?
It hit me. My heartbeat sped faster. I started to panic. The mayor grabbed me and started shaking me. "Luna! Please, wake up!" I screamed as I woke up and blasted magic from my horn. Luckily, I had a van pony near me. The van pony flew out of the room, and I quickly looked around and saw some ponies skimming with Twilight Sparkle right under my nose. "No!" I said as I raced out of the door and into the hall after them. I kept running even after I didn't see them anymore in the halls. By this time, Fluttershy and Vinyl caught up with me.
What's wrong?
Fluttershy asked frantically. I stopped and looked at her. "They took Twilight. We had to find her before it's too late."
What?
Vinyl exclaimed. "We have to find where they are, now!" I exclaimed. "I know where they are," said a voice. Out of the shadows slid Nightflower. She walked towards us. "You do?" I asked suspiciously. Fluttershy walked forward.
Where is she?
And why should we trust you?" I asked. Fluttershy looked at me.
You just have to trust me.
Fine. Where are they? I asked. Her ears dropped. "In Victor's throne room." "Are you sure?" "Positive." I sped past her.
Thank you,
said Fluttershy gleefully. "You're welcome. Now go." Fluttershy nodded and started to run after me with Vinyl in the rear. I saw a shadow and a frightened glance from Nightflower before rounding the corner. We ran fiercely down the hallways, but was stopped by a figure in a black cloak. I screeched to a halt and stopped right under the nose of Victor.
his eyes are set aglow, that sickening trance. His soothing voice calls to me to finish me at last. Is this a dream? For I now find that the leader of the imbeciles is here, messing with my mind. Sing once again with me in a magical duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. And though you terrorize, a way to get out of this bind. The master of the tricky game is here, twisting your mind. Those who have trusted you have fallen fast. I'm not afraid of you. You won't last. Your trance and your voice magically combine. The master of this game is
like the others. Oh, come on, please. Don't struggle. It won't hurt for long. I promise I'll make it quick. Just listen to my voice and you will see. I will not let you get a hold of me. And in this place of fear and dread, the master of this little game is here, playing with your head. Come on, my dear. Don't fight. Embrace it. No! We quickly ran to Victor's throne room doors, which was locked as expected. So, I burst the doors open with my magic, and it revealed Twilight trapped, wriggling within her bonds amongst a group of vampires, keeping her captive. I raced in. That familiar pain buzzed in my head. I looked up. There was Victor, hanging down as a bat in slumber. He laughed as he stretched out his wings. Well done, princess. You found me and Twilight Sparkle. Well done. He grinned. He flew down and landed on the floor, which produced a sort of bang noise, right in front of where they were keeping Twilight captive on his throne. What have you done? Final shouted. Nothing yet, but very soon I will. Don't you dare let a single tooth on her, I bolted. However, I do have a little deal that I could strike with you. I'll release her if you give me one very specific thing that is very valuable to you. If you're talking about my sister, I refuse. No, that's not it. No, not that yet. Victor grinned. What is it? I want in exchange for Twilight and the others freedom, your life. My eyes widened. I had expected anything but that. My what? I gasped. Your life, darling. A simple price to pay for what you did to me. Victor said calmly and drew them in statement. Fluttershy walked in. What did she ever do to you? She ruined everything for me. Is it your freedom? I asked sternly. No, you fool, I care nothing for freedom. This place has always been my home. No, you took away one of the most important things in my life. Luna, you killed my wife. The words echoed the halls while meeting silence. What? My wife, Luna. She was electrocuted while the barrier was rising. She died, Luna, because of you, he said as his voice echoed the halls. So, what would be your choice, princess? You really are a fool, aren't you? Well, I tried to strike a deal with you, but it seems that it's a little overdue. I will find you before you lay a hoof on her. Victor raised an eyebrow interestingly. He turned around to crouch down. I'd like to see you try. he said coolly as a few others gathered around him. We looked amongst another, nodded. We growled and charged. I was begging at the door. Father had locked me in my room since I had been caught helping them. I could hear fighting, cracking, banging, slashing of flesh. I had to get out. I had to get out. Please, 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 please. Let your flesh not be torn, let your blood not be spilled, and when they try to hurt you, let their victory be concealed. Please, bones don't break, no matter how hard they try to destroy you. Please don't die, please don't die. Please, 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 please. What good's is mumbling? I'm not even close to helping. I don't even know what side I ought to try. Oh, my friends, where are you? Probably dead or bleeding. Another evil act to add to my generous supply. No evil deed should go unpunished. No act of evil should be forgotten. No evil deed should go unpunished. It was agreed. All evil should be treated in a revengeful way. No evil deed should go unpunished. Luna in the vinyl, let her shine, and a mother. One question haunts and hurts. Too much to mention. Was I really seeking evil? Or just seeking attention? Is that all evil deeds are when looked at with a softened eye? If that's all evil deeds are, maybe that's the reason why. If no evil deed should go unpunished, why aren't all evil urges circumvented? No evil deed should go unpunished. Well, I'm the evil. Well, look what evil meant did. Oh, I should know. So be it. So be it then. Let this be my new decree. I'm not evil through and through if I do succeed. My friends, in saving you, I promise no evil deed will I attempt to do again, ever again. No evil deed will I do again. I was banging on the door when it opened. I collapsed on the floor. I looked behind me and saw the mayor in a brown cloak. How did you? There's no time. Nightflower, go! I nodded and started to run. I ran faster than I ever had before. I entered a little passageway, which led to one of the stone sculptures on the wall. This allowed me to look over the battle. I winced. It was almost like a little civil war down there. There were some that were severely injured and on the floor. I scanned throughout the crowd. My eyes landed on Princess Luna and Father fighting. Luna looked badly injured. I breathed in and closed my eyes. This is it. This one decision could change my future. I was ready. I opened my eyes and sped towards my father. I slammed him against the wall. Then it seemed like every pony just stopped, like some pony had just pushed the pause button. When Nightflower sped in front of me and slammed Victor against the wall, I was speechless. I mean, she outright attacked her father. Nightflower crept up in front of me. Victor got up growling. Honey, get away from them. Father, I hate to be disrespectful, but I'm afraid that I can't do that. I can't let you hurt my friends anymore. Friends? Luna's a traitor. She killed your mother. What kind of a friend is that? A better one than you! Victor was shocked, and so was I. The father I knew was kind and gentle, not twisted and bent on revenge. I only did this to impress you, to make you proud of me. But what you are is not the father I remember. I'm sorry, but you are not my father. You are an evil, bloodlusting, life-lusting monster! Monster! Nightflower shouted. The words seemed to echo in silence as Victor stood still. Something seemed to have snapped in him. A tear rolled down his cheek, but it was forgotten with his insane, mechanical laughter.
So, I'm not your father, am I? I'm just a monster to you, am I? Well, so be it then.
Victor roared as he attempted to pounce on her. She quickly shoved me and her out of the way. Victor looked back and roared at Nightflower. My eyes widened as I saw him, and I saw that his daughter was the last piece of sanity left in him. But that's now gone. He had completely lost any kind of sense, and became exactly what she said, a monster. Nightflower looked at me. I need to fight him by myself, she said, sternly. But you're too injured right now to fight. Both of you are. I have to fight him. I have to. I nodded understandably as I backed up. Nightflower growled at Victor, his whole retina being a bloody red. They fought each other and in Nightflower's favor until she slipped up. Victor grabbed the end of her dress and slammed her on the floor. Nightflower was breathing hard as her father was over her, growling fiercely and dropping saliva. She struggled, but he pinned her down, and being older, he was naturally stronger than her. Father, please! I said that you're a monster, but you don't have to be one. Please don't do this, please! She cried. Victor didn't even seem to hear her. He growled and was about to strike when... Victor, stop!